The political and economic trajectory of the United States over the past decade reflects the nation's response to leadership challenges, public sentiment, and the influence of both domestic and international events. This analysis explores the key transitions in presidential leadership, the parties involved, and the outcomes of each administration's strategic decisions. Barack Obama's presidency represented a period of progressive reform, particularly in healthcare with the Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. His leadership also saw the recovery from the Great Recession, with substantial financial support to banks and the automotive industry, as well as a focus on expanding civil rights for marginalized communities, including LGBTQ+ rights. However, despite the economic recovery, Obama faced significant challenges, including deep partisan divides. His foreign policy was characterized by the withdrawal of U.S. forces from Iraq, the Iran nuclear deal, and the efforts to combat terrorism, which culminated in the killing of Osama bin Laden. Obama's leadership was often critiqued by conservatives for being too progressive and for pushing policies that they believed overstepped government authority. Donald Trump's rise to power marked a shift toward conservative populism. His 2016 election win was largely seen as a rebellion against the political establishment. Trump's administration implemented significant tax cuts, deregulated industries, and took a hard stance on immigration, including the construction of a border wall. His foreign policy emphasized America first, withdrawing from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord and the Iran nuclear deal, while strengthening ties with Israel and challenging China on trade. Despite his populist appeal, Trump's presidency was marred by impeachment proceedings, first over allegations of abuse of power in relation to Ukraine, and then for his role in the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot. His administration's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic was also widely criticized. However, Trump's base remained loyal, and his leadership reignited debates on American nationalism, media influence, and social media's role in politics. Joe Biden's election in 2020 marked a return to traditional Democratic leadership after Trump's term. His administration focused on managing the COVID-19 pandemic and securing a large economic recovery package to address the pandemic's impact. Biden also prioritized climate change, signing executive orders aimed at rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement and pushing for renewable energy policies. On the international stage, Biden sought to rebuild relationships with NATO and traditional allies while maintaining a confrontational stance with China and Russia. Domestically, Biden faced significant challenges from both progressive and moderate wings of his party. His handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal in 2021 and the continuing immigration debate were key areas of criticism. In December 2024, Donald Trump made a political comeback, defeating Joe Biden in the presidential race. His return to the White House marked a dramatic shift back toward conservative policies and populism. Trump's victory was largely attributed to his ability to rally a base disillusioned by Biden's handling of the economy and foreign policy. Trump's second presidency began with a focus on economic recovery, national security, and undoing several policies implemented by the Biden administration. His return to power reflected the continued polarization in American politics, with many seeing his leadership as a necessary corrective to the perceived failures of the establishment, while others criticized him for deepening divisions. The political landscape in the United States from 2010 to 2025 has been defined by stark contrasts between progressive and conservative ideologies, as well as the evolving role of public sentiment and grassroots movements. Obama's administration laid the groundwork for progressive reforms, but Trump's disruptive leadership ignited a populist revolution that resonated with many Americans. Biden's brief tenure sought to return to a more traditional form of governance, but Trump's return demonstrates the deep rifts that remain in the political fabric of the U.S. The future of American leadership will likely continue to be shaped by the tensions between these two political forces, as well as by the demands of an increasingly diverse electorate and shifting international dynamics. The United States remains a country of political contradictions, where each election feels like a defining moment in the ongoing struggle for the nation's identity. While the future remains uncertain, the U.S. political system's adaptability and the strength of its democratic processes will continue to play a central role in shaping its leadership path.